I've been playing something not video gamey. I'm back in the Dungeons and Dragons.
You're playing the most phenomenal game ever created.
Like the real stuff?
Yeah, like books,
Dungeons and Dragons.
pencils,
Dungeons and Dragons.
Who do you
dice,
The Dungeons and Dragons.
who do you play with?
notebooks.
Dungeons and Dragons.
My old crew. We're getting the band back together and playing some Dungeons and Dragons.
So they come over?
I go there. So
You wear outfits?
everyone has been asking that. That's crazy. You know, it's like I'm telling people it's so funny you actually said that because that's something I was going to bring up.
You should keep doing this because I think there's like a youthfulness about this that's
we're all
in
in.
you
We're
because
all in.
of D&D.
Because usually my friend's the dungeon master. He's the one that runs the game, but he's like he's been doing it for so long, he doesn't want to do it anymore. So he's like,
Just
"Oh,
sounds
someone
funny.
else dungeon master." I'm like, "I'll do it." So I'm the dungeon master.
Nice.
I run the game.
That sounds pretty badass.
Lightning bolt! Lightning bolt! Sleep! Lightning bolt! Lightning bolt! Sleep!
It's badass. It's a lot of work though because we're using the new fifth edition, the newest edition of Dungeons and Dragons, and we've never played it before. So we're learning the new system, and there's so much shit to it, and it's just trying to remember so much, like how the spells work, and it's really in depth because these like uber nerds, it has to be, or else it's too babyish and they won't play it. So every little shit and fart and thing has to have a rule behind it and stats. But like you don't have to follow that. You can follow.
Yeah, you can be loose with it, right?
Yeah, but we want a happy medium. Like we're not going to be like rules Nazis over every single thing, but I want to get the combat rules down and all the abilities down and how spells work. I don't want to fudge all that. And the good thing about that is that you can jump into any group as long as your rules that you follow are legit for the most part. Then there's no conflict or anything. But there's so many different ways you can play. Like there's like DM versus the players, where the DM just comes up with this ridiculously hard adventure every game to just kill off the characters, and it's just to see how long they can last until everyone dies. Or the DM's telling the story like their version of Lord of the Rings, and he wants the other players to be the characters in his Lord of the Rings story. So like no one really dies. You're just kind of along for the story and you roll the dice for the combat. That's not fun because everyone kind of wants to do their own thing. So you got to find the happy medium between playing the game, setting the rules, creating an adventure that's, as long as they're not screwing around and they think about it a little bit, they can get through it. But if they don't think, then they can end up in deep trouble. But so it's a lot of work, but it's good to be back, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. And it was funny, a while back we were talking about like playing over the internet using the D20 website.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess there's been a bit of a falling out with the D20 people. You familiar? You remember what that is? The D20. So
no.
Oh, well, D20 is a website you can go to. You can run online Dungeons and Dragons games like through Skype or whatever, and then it gives you like you can click something to roll dice for you, so everyone can see what you rolled, and I guess you can like map stuff out. So it's all these just web tools that you can run a Dungeons and Dragons game online with. But there's a whole I guess there's a subreddit, and then there's their message boards and all this stuff. And I guess they used to be really cool. And like if you had a YouTube channel or whatever, they give you like a premium account for free. All of a sudden the premium accounts are ending, and then they just started treating people like shit, I guess. And you know how well it always goes when like a company treats their fan base like dog shit. I mean, people love that. They love to be shit on.
Yeah.
So they all left. Yeah, and they were just like shit talking people on their own forums, and like they didn't expect all these people would just leave, like because they were the best tools. That why would anyone go anywhere else and use something shitty?
Yeah.
And that's exactly what they did. They said, "Well, fuck you." They canceled all their accounts, and they're using these like lesser more expensive tools to play their online gaming. So they had to issue an apology and not allow. Now they have designated people, like they don't want the developers or the people that run the site to go on the message board. So they've all been banned from commenting or doing their PR because they just cost them all this money and all these fans. So again, another lesson in how not to fuck up your company.